Before we get started, if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me keep sharing real, raw stories. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. I want to know how you would have felt if this happened to you. It started quietly on a slow Sunday morning, the kind that feels harmless. I was at the kitchen counter with a mug of coffee, half awake, lazily clearing spam from my email when a familiar subject line nearly disappeared with the rest of the junk. Annual Airline Activity Summary. I almost deleted it without a thought. I'd seen those emails for years. They were boring, lists of work travel, the occasional vacation, nothing worth pausing over. Still, muscle memory kicked in. I opened it, expecting a quick glance and a forgettable sip of coffee. Instead, my hand froze in midair. The summary showed 15 flights over the last 12 months. I recognized 9 of them instantly. Client trips I'd taken myself: Atlanta in March, Portland in June, Philadelphia twice, Dallas in the fall. Normal, forgettable travel. But 6 flights didn't belong to me. Not even close. They listed destinations I hadn't been to, months I remembered clearly, trips I knew I hadn't taken. Orlando in February. Reno in April. Salt Lake City in July. Nashville in September. Santa Fe in November. San Diego in December. All 6 were booked through our shared frequent flyer account. All 6 were charged to the credit card I'd added years earlier to simplify family travel. A tight pressure formed behind my eyes. I scrolled further down, into a section I'd never paid attention to before: passenger details. Each of those 6 trips listed 2 travelers. Passenger 1, my wife, Laura Bennett. Passenger 2, Andrew Miller. The name repeated like a drumbeat. Andrew Miller. Andrew Miller. Andrew Miller. 6 trips. 1 year. Same man. I didn't know anyone named Andrew Miller. Laura had never mentioned him. Yet there it was in black and white. She'd flown with him across half the country, using my miles and my money, while I stayed home believing her stories. My stomach dropped. I opened our shared calendar and scrolled back to February. The dates for Orlando were marked Industry Conference. I remembered that one clearly. I'd offered to tag along and turn it into a long weekend. She'd told me she'd be stuck in seminars all day and that I'd just be bored. So I stayed home. April was marked Girls' Weekend. She'd said it was a close friend's bridal celebration. I'd even helped her pack outfits for poolside photos. Except Andrew Miller wasn't a woman, and his name sat right there beside hers on the flight record. One by one, I checked every trip. July, visiting a former coworker. September, her sister's birthday in Nashville. November, a cousin's wedding in Santa Fe. December, a short beach getaway to San Diego while I stayed back to finish a deadline I couldn't miss. Every excuse lined up neatly with a flight. Every flight included Andrew Miller. Every explanation I'd accepted without question was a lie. I took screenshots of everything: the flight summaries, passenger lists, credit card charges. Then I did the most unsettling thing of all. I stayed calm. I called the airline. "Hi," I said evenly. "I'm reviewing my annual statement and need clarification on some companion travelers." The representative didn't hesitate. "Yes, sir. I see 6 trips with a companion traveler listed as Andrew Miller. Would you like the full receipts emailed to you?" "Yes," I replied. 10 minutes later, my inbox filled with proof. Complete itineraries. Flights, hotels, rental cars, booked together every time. I noticed something small but devastating in the notes. Double room reservations changed to single room accommodations at check-in. It was precise. Clean. Impossible to argue. 6 trips. 12 months. 1 man. My miles. My money. Her deception. I spread the papers across the dining table, feeling oddly steady. The betrayal wasn't confusing anymore. It was documented. There was no gray area left for denial. Laura came home around noon from her yoga class, cheerful and relaxed, asking what I wanted for lunch. She stopped when she saw the table. "What's going on?" she asked. I turned the laptop toward her, the airline statement glowing on the screen. "Our annual summary came in today." Her color drained instantly. "I can explain," she said. I shook my head. I don't think you can, but go ahead. Start with Orlando. She sat down hard. You said it was work, I continued. The records say you flew with Andrew Miller and stayed at the Harborview Resort. 2 rooms became 1. She whispered, How did you? You used our shared account, I cut in. You didn't even try to hide it. I slid another page forward. Reno. You said it was a bridal weekend. Funny thing, your friend didn't get married until October. So whose celebration was in April? Tears came fast then. I didn't stop. Salt Lake City, Nashville, Santa Fe, San Diego. 6 trips. Same companion. Same accounts I pay for. Tell me what part 1 misunderstood. It just happened, she whispered. I almost laughed. You booked flights, hotels, and rental cars together. Those aren't accidents. You planned every step. You just didn't plan on an annual statement. She reached for my hand. I pulled away. Who is Andrew Miller? She wiped her face. Someone from work. It started at the conference. Then it just continued. Innocently, I said flatly. 6 times. She said she meant to end it. I asked when, before or after the next trip she could afford with my miles. She collapsed completely. Promises. Apologies. Bargaining. I closed the laptop. I already spoke to a lawyer, I said. Everything's documented. The divorce took 81 days. She claimed it was professional. My attorney presented hotel records, romantic dinners charged to the room, couple spa packages in Santa Fe, a Sunset Harbor cruise in San Diego. The judge looked at her and asked one simple question. You expect this court to believe 6 shared trips with the same man were purely business? She had no answer. The settlement included repayment for every expense. I never met Andrew Miller. I didn't need to. What mattered was the life my wife had been living. 6 cities, 1 secret, paid for with shared trust. Now I check my statements carefully. Different accounts. Different life. People ask if I feel foolish. I don't. I trusted my wife. That's not stupidity. That's marriage. She chose to betray that trust. Some people get caught by texts or calls. My wife got caught by an airline statement. Turns out loyalty programs reveal more than miles. Sometimes they show exactly how far someone traveled away from you.